Hello everyone, welcome back to our YouTube channel, guys. Today you must be wondering why we have food in front of your camera. So today is a special day because I'm going to cook a Filipino dish which we call it sinigang. Sinigang na baboy. So all the ingredients that we are going to use, I'm going to translate it in Tagalog, which is a Filipino language, and in Lango, which is a northern Ugandan language. So first we have here onion. So we have onion here, which we call it sibuyas in Tagalog, but they call it here tungulu. In Lango they call it tungulu. And then we have also here tomatoes, which we call it kamatis in Tagalog, which they call it here nyanya. So this is tungulu, nyanya. Sibuyas, kamatis. Then we have here sitaw. Sitaw, they call it, this is sitaw in Tagalog, but they call it here oranga. And then we have here okra. So this is okra in Tagalog. We also call it okra. But here they call it in Lango, they call it, how do you call it? Otigo, I think. They call it otigo. Okra is otigo here. And then we have here eggplant. Eggplant is talong in Tagalog, but here they call it birinyanya. So tomatoes is nyanya, and then eggplant is birinyanya. And then we have here, we don't have water spinach here in Uganda. Water spinach is kangkong. We don't have kangkong in Uganda. So today I'm going to use cabbage, which is repolyo in Tagalog, but here they just call it cabbage. So parang nilaga ang labas nitong sinigang ko. But of course, whatever you find, we can use it as a substitute. So here we have the pork with the pork ribs. So this is the main food that we are going to cook today. This is the pork and the rest of the ingredients. So pork, we call it baboy in Tagalog, but here they call it puno. Yes, this is puno. So we have sitaw, kamatis, okra, sibuyas, talong, and repolyo, and then baboy, karning baboy. So here they call it oranga, nyanya, otigo, and then tungulu. This is tungulu, and then this is birinyanya. Then they call it they call it cabbage also, and then this one is puno. The pig is called puno here. So I'm going to show you the process and how I'm going to cook the sinigang ni baboy sa gabi. But we don't have gabi here. Gabi, they call it yam here in Uganda. But this time I don't have yam. So I'm just going to use these ingredients which are available in the market. So I'll show you how to cook sinigang na baboy here in Uganda. So this is our main seasoning for cooking sinigang na baboy. This is our main seasoning. We call it sinigang sa sampalok mixed gabi. So this is tamarind. This is mixed with tamarind. This is tamarind in English, but we call it sampalok. We call it sampalok in Tagalog. And here in Uganda, they call it chuaw. So this is chuaw in Uganda. And here this is gabi in Tagalog, but here in Uganda they call it yam. So this is our main seasoning for cooking sinigang ne baboy. We are going to mix it later. At the moment the pork is already on fire, boiling to make it tender, and then we mix the rest of the ingredients later when the pork is tender. Ayan, the pork is already tender. We have already put the tomatoes and the onion earlier, the tungulu and the nyanya, yung sibuyas at saka kamatis. So this time we are going to put the sitaw. This one is the sitaw. So we have to put the sitaw and then allow it to boil. I think we have to put first the sitaw because the sitaw is the hard one. So there you go. And then let it boil. And later on we are going to add the other veggies. So it's now is the time to put the okra. okra, which is otigo here in Uganda, and the eggplant. We put also the eggplant. Here are the eggplants. Put them all, ta-da! And then we stir it a bit. And it's time to also add on the cabbage. The cabbage, which is repolyo. Repolyo in Tagalog, but here in Uganda they just call it cabbage, I think. Yeah. There's so many veggies. I think the saucepan is going to be very full. So we let it boil first. Ano ito, nilaga o sinigang ang ginagawa ko? Ano ba ito? Okay, yan. Ito ang ating sinigang na baboy ala Ugandan style. So we are going to mix the seasoning. Yan. Dapat kanina pa ito ihalo eh. Nakalimutan kong ihalo ang lola niyo. Diyos ko. Yan. Tapos yan. Halo-halo lang. Ayan, luto na po ang ating sinigang. Ayan, mainit-init pa, tsaka maasim-asim. And we have here unlimited rice. Of course, Filipino like rice. And we have also here bagoong na hipon. This is bagoong na hipon. Filipino knows this food. And of course, it's called it alamang. So enjoy our food, guys. This is sinigang ala Ugandan style with bagoong.
We're going to eat a Filipino food called Sinigang, and it's our first time to eat this Filipino food. So let us taste and try. It's good. It's sour, eh?